Bienvenido, bienvenue, willkommen, and welcome to Veterans Memorial Stadium. We are live here in Coffeyville, Kansas to bring you this men's matchup of Red Raven football. A wonderful, beautiful day for the beautiful game, as my good friend Ryan Butcher says. Ryan Butcher to my left-hand side. How you doing, man?
I'm doing great. Thanks for crediting my slogan there. I appreciate that.
That is your slogan. It is a beautiful day for the beautiful game. We do have a men's contest today, no women, so unfortunately not having two games, but I think this one will be so quality, it'll be like we watched two games. Speaking of quality already, Western Texas College is the opponent today. They're going from left to right, and they are making an attack early. That one is played out by the Red Raven defense. And, yeah, Ryan Butcher, here we go. So a busy weekend for the Red Ravens. Yesterday, they had a victory, and they're having to bounce right back, and play today. But nothing like being young, right? Nothing like being able to bounce back like these young men will and should, right?
I got a feeling that Keelan Barker's probably going to have to reach into his bench a little bit for this one, give some other guys a chance to start off here. Speaking of which, since we don't have an updated roster, we'll have to figure out the current starting lineup as we go along. Yeah, well, I'm curious if he's going to use this opportunity to start a few people who are kind of fresh and want to play a little bit more.
Sure, or we might see some earlier substitutions, into the half, whatever it might be. But if you sign a scholarship to play soccer at college, hey, you spend all weekend playing soccer. That's what you signed up for, right? That's what you love. That's what you're there for. Hey, but we want to see you in class early on Monday morning as well. As we see a foul here, Western Texas College will have a free kick foul on the Red Ravens. Not quite sure who it was on, but as Ryan Butcher said, as we go through, we will get starting lineups. By
the way, speaking of Saturday, do you happen to know the score line against Hill College?
7-1.
7-1.
7-1.
So that's why I think a few guys might need a little bit of a break.
Or, they might be hungry still. They might still be hungry, but, dangerous ball into the box.
Looks like that was well read. There were 3 Red Ravens ready to knock that one out. Normally that'd be a lot more of a dangerous spot, but looks like they're going to have to go all the way back to the goal, and with Ravens in hot pursuit, forcing a clearance and a lot of players coming back from an offside position, but in the end, it's going back to West Texas College, and I think he's also in an offside position there. Quick flag from the linesman.
Well, that was needed there because they had a nice little transition happening there. So calling out some of the starters here. Gustavo out there, number 28. He handles the ball right now. I know Harvey, number 8 in the midfield. He's out there as well. Ooh, nice moves there from Baraka. He's one of the leading goal scorers on the team, number 3.
Yes, I do remember that.
Yeah. So last broadcast, Rich Mountain 4-0 victory. After that, the Red Ravens faced Jefferson College, and actually that is their only loss of the year. 3-0 loss there. Came out against NEO 7-0, and then Hill College 7-1.
I know during that game they had at least one of their starters was out. I don't think it was like a big injury, and of course, there was the injury during the last home game, so there's still a couple guys who are kind of feeling a little bit better. In fact, I wonder if Zidane is back out yet, or if he said he was going to be out the following week. I was just chatting with him at the end of class, just asking how he felt.
Yeah, and he's always going to tell you he feels fine and he wants to go. As some pretty good defense from too much contact there.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree with his reaction right there. That felt like a pretty solid challenge to me.
Robbery on a Sunday.
But hey, if that is the tone that the referee wants to set, as long as it's consistent, then that is how it's going to be.
Yeah, and we'll accept that. That is for sure. Red Ravens showing some intensity, trying to make way at Western College's goal, Western Texas College's goal. But here we see a free kick from the goal. He's going to send his players down.
Now, it looks like West Texas' last game was played at Cowley County, where they lost by only 1-0.
Yes, you're exactly right.
So I got a feeling they're probably going to want to get a win here, too, because they also played very, very recently.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And I went ahead and looked it up because I'm thinking about, taking a vacation soon.
I still got their stats up if you want to see. I went hunting for it.
and here we go. Nice little run here. Nice ball played forward.
That's a good ball. It's going to have to force him to make a quick turn, and it looks like Keelan Calvin was banking on maybe him trying to play it back to his goalie. He was already charging in that direction.
Yeah, Schulten leading the team in goals with 3. But no, I looked up. So Western Texas College is in Snyder, Texas. That's about 7 hours and 24 minutes away.
Ugh, I hope they started driving right after that Friday game.
Well, and so, yeah, they must be on a somewhat of a tour here. But they... so they're going to make the most of their time here in Kansas. Nice little run here.
That was really well defended right there. Looks like it's going to be cleaned up and a little bit of incidental contact. Nothing major. I think that was
number 1.
Clearance?
Well, not sure about the clearance, but number 1, Matisse, he's the goalkeeper that went ahead and cleaned it up.
I think that was Daisuke who was the one who got a foot on that, who knocked it away, if I'm not mistaken.
I'm very impressed by him so far. Impressed by the whole team, to be quite honest with you. Bryce Jones, number 4, is out there as well. Number 13, Ayoto Kaneki, he is also on the score sheet as well for goals and assists.
Oh, nice. And I remember looking up number 30's name to try to get the pronunciation right.
Okay.
But that was a week and a half ago. Do you remember that?
Hovius, we're just going to go with that there.
Hovius sounds good to me. Again, we do try to do research sometimes.
And he's been on the score sheet as well. I really like him up front. He's a force. As we see this nice little layoff here, and here he comes. He's going to get the ball at his feet. He's battling.
I was about to say, he's doing incredibly well to stay on that ball considering the size of that defender, but in the end he does win a corner, which is honestly having to shoot between 2 huge central defenders.
Yeah, he had 3 people bearing down on him. It was a foot race between him and that Western Texas defender. And
getting the corner out of it, I call that a victory.
Oh, yeah, because the Western Texas defender actually thought that our player had the touch, so he was shielding him off. But here we go with the corner kick, first one of the match. Let's see how the Red Ravens line up. Looks like Harvey's short, quite possibly, and here we go. Far post.
Interesting. Looks like the referee's going to, or the linesman rather, spotted something in the box and is going to give a free kick to West Texas. Western Texas.
So the call was against us, but I see Jack Greenwood down there holding his head, so not quite sure about what's going on there, but nonetheless, kick here for Western Texas.
Mm-hmm.
Western Texas 1-1 overall on the year. They did lose to Cali, but they did beat Eastern Oklahoma State 3-0. So they do know how to put some goals in.
That kind of has to be their rival, right? Western Texas versus Eastern Oklahoma.
Yeah, no doubt about it. A shot on goal or an attempt on goal just outside. Calvin Schulten there. I put a boot to it. Might as well go ahead and try it out. But yeah, Western Texas, Eastern Oklahoma. We already know about the Texas-Oklahoma rivalry anyhow. So yeah, that makes sense, Ryan.
Do we have like a northern or southern Kansas that they could go up against? I honestly don't know. There could be either.
Northern. Well.
Because we're pretty southeast, so that's kind of.
Yeah, we're right there. Ooh.
Excellent header up there. Good challenge. That was Tristan was make his attempt from there, and look who's on it again. It is Baraka, but gets pinched by Western Texas, but bit of a heavy touch on there. Easily scooped up by, I think it's Matheson goal, right?
Yeah, that's Matisse in goal, I'm pretty sure. And
Matisse, excuse me, who, from France.
Well, and he can let us know if we're pronouncing that wrong for sure.
Honestly, you're probably right. There are a lot of languages that I think I do very good with pronunciations on. French might be my worst.
You know, I
just ask the students in Quiz Bowl.
Just the least amount of experience. Ooh, nice moves there. Keeping the ball, keeping possession, spin move. And
that was a bit of a heavy challenge there.
Almost like he was frustrated by what had happened before that time.
Which is why the ref called that quickly. Schulten's going to be happy for a kick in that position because there's a lot of good targets to aim for.
Yeah, this is a great position to be in. Looking for Jack Greenwood. Looks like he's roaming around there in the middle.
Looks like the goalie's getting his wall set up.
Could maybe come short to the middle, too, if he wants to.
Looks like the goalie's going to be covering the far post. So
look at Baraka just kind of...
Yeah, just kind of hanging out there at the top, acting like he's checking his laces. Oh, that went long into the back.
Well, and the wind is tricky out here. You're going to have to get used to that for sure. And if we...
It is good to have some wind because it is incredibly muggy and humid out there. There's a reason I changed into shorts. Couldn't handle it anymore.
Yeah, so Coffeyville, Kansas, we are tucked into the bottom right-hand corner of the state of Kansas. We have had multiple 100-degree Fahrenheit days here in the summer. looking to get away from those. This morning we had some rain, which I thought would cool it off, but just ends up kind of making it a little muggy out there. So difficult conditions, and always up here on the hill you're going to get that wind as well. If you could see the flag, it is furling. It is whipping.
Wait.
Unfurled.
Okay, I had to think about that one
unfurled.
for a second.
Yeah. Well, and that's what happens when you broadcast with the wordsmith.
Yeah.
You got to come correct.
Which is good.
Oh, yeah, no problem with it. I appreciate
I'm
it.
just happy to be here. I've been watching soccer games all weekend. I was like, oh yeah, we got one more. We got an important one.
Yeah, and like I said, unfortunately, no women's game today. They get the day off after yesterday's game. We'll have to check the score line and get you that one there. But we do have action during the week as well, and we'll get that to you. I know they're away, but then they'll be back September 5th at home.
And isn't that Labor Day?
Oh, it could be.
Because the games are at 12 and 2, which would be, well, wait a minute.
So Monday, September 5th. Just check that and...
Well, I was checking other things, but man, I'm giving my phone a workout. Yep, that is Labor Day, September 5th,
okay.
Monday.
Well, so if you're just, lounging at home, taking it easy, quite possibly on a day off, tune in KUSN 98.1. We'll have some action.
Yeah, and you better believe I'll be doing nothing because I'm going to see these games.
Yeah, that's what it calls for. Oh, dangerous ball. Had to make some contact there. Had to make contact, but
looks like he did make quite a lot of contacts. He's still on the ground. And yeah, I was wondering if he was going to make the mistake of thinking that he could use his hands out there, which has happened before last season out here, not with us, but it looks like when he went flying in there that is he holding his hand or his wrist?
It seems as though he is, making contact. I meant with the ball, but unfortunately, he also made some contact with the players and the ground. He's limping around, so he's not holding any of his extremities, which, if you ask me, is a very good sign. Because if he was, man, you don't want to see any injuries, especially if you're a goalie, right? You can use your hands. You don't want an injury to your hand. But he's up. He's back at it as Western Texas with a throw in here, and they're attacking
Excellent
third.
Stop there. Let's see, it was number 14.
Yeah, I think
Tristan out there. You're asking about the women's results. So their recent results, when they went to play against, I was looking right at Hill, they unfortunately lost 3-0, but this was following their win versus NEO, Northeastern Oklahoma, 7-0. So I'd say on the aggregate they're doing pretty well because I think they're 2-1 because one of their games got canceled. I think that was because the weather was really bad, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, and honestly, it'll be interesting to hear from them their assessment of the match yesterday, kind of what happened, maybe how they feel about it. Early in the season, a match like that could definitely be a learning point as we have a free kick here for Western Texas College, a pullback and a foul called.
That's what I've been saying just about all season for the Premier League. All these early games are just learning. we'll do better after we learn.
Yeah, a lot of new faces and new systems. Quite possibly Harvey's going to.
I actually really like that thought that he had to try to see if he could just take that first time and sneak it all the way through, and he almost made it.
Yeah, he almost made it, and so we will get it pulled back for a foul. Yeah,
that ball is traveling.
Harvey has a lot of energy in the midfield, and you have to, right? I mean, you have to be active, box all over the box, creating, chances for your forwards, but also trying to shut down the team from the other team from their transitions as well. Nice give and go here. He's going to get on it.
Going to try to pass that one in. That's at a bit of a long distance. He's saying he was knocked over, but the referee is not listening to...
No, not at all, but here it is. Clean it up.
Oh, he had a second chance at it, but it's, this time rather than saying he earned a foul, he's saying, I did not foul.
So almost out of nowhere, a quick turnover to the Red Ravens and a shot on goal spills out. Greenwood goes in for it, but he's called for the foul there, taking out the legs of the other team's player there. Or was it offsides? Or was it a foul?
No. He went flying in there to try to get it.
Okay,
but you don't blame him for trying. But I think
he had to.
I think the referee made the right call on that. And honestly, I think any sort of penalty call there would have been pretty harsh. It can happen. Anything can happen.
Well, but, he's going to have to ask for it just a little bit, right? I mean, he's not a forward. He's not a true player if he doesn't at least ask for it a little bit. Goal kick here up in the air. Harvey.
Okay.
Okay.
I was wondering what he was going to do there, so I believe that.
Yeah, Jack, come on now, settle down just a little bit. He felt he missed the call down at the other end. Wants a little bit of attention here, quite possibly.
You can see Coach Barker with his hands on his hips for a second, and now they're crossed. You know what he's thinking. It's like, do I got to give him a little bit of a chance to cool down?
Nah. Hopefully he turns that into something positive on the pitch. As this ball's up in the air, Gustavo gets ahead to it. Good job by him just to disrupt play, clear it out. Defense will set back up.
All right, got a throw in for Western Texas, whose roster we do not have, so we're off the hook for trying to memorize two different teams' names.
That's how we'll put it. Yeah, that's how we'll put it right there. But either way, we'll try to give credit where credit's due when we see some good play on both sides. Another throw in here.
Oh, yeah. Still scoreless here in the first third of the first half, if anyone's good with fractions out there in the audience.
I am not, but I know that 15 minutes has went by. Ball into the box.
I don't think that's going to – yeah, that is off target. Looks like a Western Texas player went down with some incidental contact. Again, maybe feeling a little optimistic that he could get something from the linesman, but – the linesman was watching and has nothing to say.
You know, with the way the wind is blowing, that ball holds up just a little bit. That's not a bad thought. Oh, nice flick on. Yes, he is, but wow.
Good flick, though. Absolutely. Whoa, hello. Speaking of incidental contact, extracurricular contact there against Jack Greenwood.
Well, and you know, yeah, so
this is where you got to wonder, does that player know what he's doing? Where it's like, hey, man, I'll bet if I just nudged him a little bit, maybe now I could get a reaction, which – there are players who will do that.
Oh, no doubt about it. And so it turns into a mind game at this point, right? So Jack has to keep his composure.
The referee rarely sees that nudge, but they'll see the reaction every time.
Yeah, and so here's a nice run here. Ball on the left-hand side. Fakes the cross in.
At the top of the box. Oh, back out to the side, and it's going to good defense there. Was able to knock it all the way back out to the fence, give Coffeyville a chance to reset their defense.
Harvey had to shut that one down right there.
Is this their first corner kick? I know they had a free kick, but I don't think they actually had a corner kick.
I think this is their first corner. Yes, they're going to go. They're going to send two men over there. Might take it short, might take it long.
I mean, short's a good option. It looks like they're man marking the box right now.
Harvey's backing up slowly. Going to go into the box.
Gets enough contact on there to cut out the danger. It's going to go all the way back.
Yeah, 28 Gustavo clears that one out, and here's a nice little run for the Red Ravens. The ball always bounces pretty hard here.
From Shelton, who almost gets it back.
He stepped out now.
Oh, he had that ball outside the box.
Oh, that's close.
It's not where his legs are. It's where his arms and the ball were. But I guess maybe that's a bit easier to see from up here.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Okay, or maybe we saw it wrong and we...
Or just freaking out just a little bit. That could be the case as well.
Because that was what I thought when he picked it up. I was like, oh, he's right at the edge of the box. And then he stepped forward.
Playing with fire there.
Yes, indeed. Because, again, that has happened before.
Yes, it has. That was last season, right? Yeah.
Oh, my God. And I think we saw, like, at least two opposing goalie red cards last season. Or maybe it was just the one. It was.
We'll have to go back and take a look at that. I'm trying to go through my Rolodex here in my brain. Anyone know what a Rolodex is anymore?
No.
Ball being played out from the back here. CCC, long one, but I think that's just going to travel.
It's going to go, oh, man. It's going to go all the way back. You can tell which way the wind's blowing.
Yeah, exactly. And, you know, last night's American football game out here, the wind was somewhat of a factor, you know, when it comes to the kicking game. The kicking part of that game,
and
then the throwing as well.
Wait. Are you talking about this game, the kicking game?
Yeah, I just call it the kicking game.
See,
no, the kicking aspect of American football, it was definitely affected by that.
I think the kicking game is what they called it before they decided that football was a little bit catchier.
The game where they kick, yeah.
Actually, isn't that basically what they call it in Italy? Like, isn't that just what it translates to? It's just like to kick?
We'll have to ask Katarina about that. As a nice run being made here.
Excellent.
Oh, too much.
Okay, the referee's not going to call it. That honestly wouldn't have surprised me too much.
No, not at all. There was a tug on the shoulder.
All the Red Raven fans felt their hearts skip for just a second.
Oh, man, just a bit.
He was really holding up well, and maybe that's what the referee saw, was that he was given a lot back as he was getting it, and maybe the referee determined that his falling over was a result of that.
And if that's the case, then I'm totally cool with that. Like, that's a really cool bit of judgment right there, if you ask me, from the referee. Like you said, he's setting a tone early, and that's just a part of it right there. Calling it when it needs to be called, but also letting it go when he feels it's 50-50, when it's clean.
So, fun story. I actually did see what the Italian word for it translates to. Just means soccer. Notice it says soccer, but not football, so that's interesting.
We'll do some more research into that.
We have to have an
there.
Italian student, right?
Yeah, Katerina.
Oh, yeah, you actually said that. Perfect.
We'll ask her.
We have to learn these things. We are in college. You're just supposed to learn things.
Well, and when you get that degree, it doesn't mean you stop learning. You know what I mean? That's for sure. And it doesn't mean you're an expert either if you get that thing. Throw in here from Western Texas.
Oh, it's fine. I realized I wasn't an expert in anything when I got into grad school.
Well, and my teachers always would, or I've had a couple say something to this effect. When you do get the degree, you figure out what you don't know. And that's a lot of contact. There's some extracurriculars. Oh, come on now.
The referee's waving him up is what I figured he was doing.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if that should just be waved up.
Still on the grounds, it looks like the referee's going to stop play right here. And
so Jack probably needs to maybe settle down a little bit, let Keelan take care of things. But he was dragged down by his arm, it appeared.
Seemed like it. And the crowd is unhappy.
Yeah, crowd ain't having it.
Well, we're going to see how he is. Having this many, I was about to say, you might want to make sure the teams stay separate for this sort of thing. Don't want temperatures boiling over.
Is that Mr. Corey Fear yelling like that down there?
You know what? I think that is.
I think it's Mr. Fear.
Yeah, I think you were right about that.
Yeah, I think he's yelling. I think that's him. No, we're just giving Mr. Fear a hard time. He is here in attendance. But in all honesty, folks, the crowd not liking that. And I don't think it's just for embellishment here. Unfortunately, we do have a man down.
Yep, we'll have to get the physios out there, make sure he's okay, because we know there's a lot of season left to go, and already we've seen a handful of injuries. So hopefully he'll be able to walk off the field at least and get some treatment. We will see.
Yeah, and we'll go ahead and take just a short break. We'll be right back when the action resumes. And we are back here at Veterans Memorial Stadium. We did see an injury, but we did see that injured player walk off. Yes, that was Calvin Schulten, who was the injured player. A lot of controversy surrounding the play that left him injured as well. Some shouts, but ultimately nothing happening other than just continue play,
right.
Him going off to the sideline, and hopefully we see him coming back later.
He's kind of walking up and down the track and stretching a little bit, just which means that maybe it's one of those where it hurts, but it's not serious. That's what we're hoping anyway.
Yeah, and it'll be interesting to hear from the guys. Nice little layoff there. It's going to make its way through. It'll be interesting to hear exactly what happened there and exactly what he injured because, nice ball. Jackson to it.
He just needs to get one touch.
Boot to it.
Did he try to just kind of tap it over, huh?
I think he might have.
Honestly, that would have been the play because what was the option? Try to bring it down and play it around. That would have been awkward. So
you almost would have had to have Yeah, pull. It would have been spectacular either way.
So that's Jack Greenwood with his possible third opportunity, at least second. It depends on how much you want to count for opportunities. Also, do we have that kind of like magical athletic spray that they use, like the icy hot stuff?
I would like to think that we had that somewhere.
Someone's got to just start spraying it all over.
Yeah, good way to step up there to cut out that ball. Red Ravens will regroup.
Knock it back to Gustavo.
Yeah.
Oh, tries to send it forward, except it gets deflected off of Western Texas player.
Yeah, and they're playing aggressively there in the midfield.
It's going to tap that back a little bit. I think that was Harvey with that final touch on it.
Yes, it was. And so lead trainer Erin Macaronis will have to consult her as far as the magic spray goes. See if I can maybe get a can of it for whenever I'm at home.
And I sit on the couch and your back hurts.
Well, it happens. As we see a couple of substitutions for Western Texas, and of course we saw a substitution for the injured Red Raven player as well.
You're trying to like lift up all your groceries in one go, and you hurt your arms.
You know how it is.
Start spraying yourself down.
Well, you know how it is. I mean, you have a lot of bags, and you don't want to take 2 trips.
I gotcha.
Gustavo, or no,
Excellent
my bad.
header.
That was Bryce Jones actually coming in. Great job there.
Absolutely. Yeah, the defense has been pretty spot on. Western Texas has had some opportunities to get in the box, but they haven't really had a true shot on goal, like an open chance. Whereas Coffeyville, I mean, they just had one. They had a couple near ones earlier. I feel like most of the pressure is on them. Of course, they literally have the wind at their backs, as we like to say. So you think if you leave the first half without getting a goal, might feel a little disappointed and maybe be at a disadvantage.
Yeah, no, and then it makes for an interesting second half because you're trying to not only get your score but also maintain what the other team might be doing and how they're using the win to their advantage there. Yeah, and, it always happens with the game has somewhat fallen into a lull as far as, mid-field battle here, back and forth. Looking for that breakthrough.
Coffeyville's been great in the air this game.
Yeah, they have. And that is, I think, is going to be the identity of a Keelan Barker team going forward.
Yes.
Great in the air, because they were last year as well. That's only going to continue.
Looks like the ref's going to bring that one back, and I think there's a little saying, hey, we could have kept going. But
Harvey, yeah, kind of, hey, man, come on. But
well, that's one of those where it's like, I mean, if the player stays down on the ground, that's kind of a disadvantage, right? And he didn't know he was going to pop right back up. So we'll say there was no malice there.
Alejandro over this ball looking to put something into the box.
And, again, he could send that pretty far without too much effort.
Good point.
That's perfect right
yes,
there.
Yes, it is. And it's in. Oh!
It was actually, he was offside, unfortunately.
Oh, okay.
But still, that was exactly the type of ball I was hoping to see him put in there because we were just talking about.
Perfect.
The team's been great in the air, so put it in the air.
Perfect weight on that ball, right? I mean, it had good lift, but it was also coming down at a nice rate as well. Were all 3 of them offside? Because there was like 3 of them over there, I think, in that
That's kind of hard to tell because since we're kind of like closer to the other end of the field rather than the middle, it's kind of hard to see exactly who's lined up where, but at least one of them was offside. I can tell you that much.
Yeah, and so do you give credit to the Western Texas backline on a play like that?
Yeah,
I mean, where does...
Because you have to be disciplined, and if even one person isn't paying attention...
Oh, nice little layoff here. He's going to put a boot to it.
And I saw Baraka was on the ground for a second there. I didn't actually see why he went down. I was too busy watching that possible opportunity.
Yeah, you're right, because he would have been in a position to maybe pick that up, but, physical play.
A lot of physical play, but Coffeyville walks off with, takes a shot from long distance, deflected off of a Western Texas player.
That's going to be a corner.
Kick.
Yeah,
yes,
it will be. Wow, so Alejandro comes in and makes his presence felt. I like that. Looks like Ayoto's going to maybe trot over, to go take this corner. 19 minutes left in this first half. Time flies when you're having fun. No goals, but a lot of action here. Tricky corner because, wow, the wind is blowing in his face, more or less.
Speaking of being in people's faces, looks like we've got some coming together down in the box.
Here's my question when something like that happens. Where's Jack? Where's Jack at? He's probably right in the middle of it.
As long as there's no players with really long hair that can get dragged down or something, it should be fine in the box.
Oh, and so that happened. That actually happened for your Chelsea squad, right? A no call on.
Even VAR is like, nah, it's fine. You can just grab a guy's hair and kick him down in the box.
Yeah, that's probably not cool, to be quite honest with you.
As a man with long hair, I was very offended. Not horrible contact in there, but looks like he was kind of leaning back as he hit that. It's going to be out for, I think, a throw-in.
I think Hovius was the one who got his head on that one, and he did everything to do just to get up and get it, but just unable to steer it.
Looks like got another substitution here. Yeah, 2 substitutions for Western Texas. But, again, it's all water under the bridge because they did win this weekend, so maybe very, very happy. Even after a relatively early red card, I think it was Gallagher got 2 yellows within like 3 minutes. I was like, come on, man.
Yeah, that's got to make you feel
when you're making
bad
your
as a fan,
debut, when you do that, it's like, guess what? You're getting loaned out now.
I guess no one will forget it. I mean, it'll be a...
Well, I think the fact that Chelsea went on to win, people might be more willing to forget it. But, man, if that had ended with the loss, that's all anyone would have been talking about.
Exactly. Yeah, you're exactly right about that. But, yeah, good deal for you. Makes for a better weekend overall when your team gets a victory.
Yes, indeed, which is why it's like I was hoping for another victory out here, and I'm still thinking that's going to happen at this rate. Coffeyville has been the bigger danger so far, and last time we saw about in this position what he chose to do, we expected the same. Yeah, almost the same spot.
Oh, it was there, folks. Wow, what a great run. What a great ball. That's Jack on the back post there.
Yeah, he just had a leg outstretched. If he all he had to do was just touch it, but it was traveling fast, couldn't quite catch it. And it looks like I think he's being subbed off right now.
Yeah, that was his last bit of action, at least for now.
Last bit of action for a short amount of time, and he's been kind of working hard out there.
He definitely has been.
He might need to take a breather.
Yeah, and hey, it would have took a lot of skill to put that into the back of the net. It was there. It's really a positive thing to see. We had that in our arsenal. Something that they will get better going forward.
I think he's got the skill. I think it would have taken him an extra foot on that leg. And I mean like an extra foot in distance, not like a double-footed leg.
Well, I could see that too, though.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean,
I could
just think of what kind of power you get.
You'd be a dynamic force, that's for sure. Yep. They're going to have to play this one back.
Speaking of American football, that always makes me think of, that guy who was, the greatest place kicker, and it was because, his foot was basically, in the shape of sort of just, almost like a club, almost.
Yeah,
and that guy could just absolutely smash it every single time to the point where they had to make a rule against people having special footwear just because of that one guy, because he wore a special shoe, obviously.
Of course, because of it.
But he made them exempt him from that rule, because boy, oh boy, that would have been a pretty jerk move from the old early NFL, huh?
Imagine the NFL doing something jerk-like.
I know, right?
You can't even imagine that. But yeah, and I think he held the record for the longest field goal. I don't think he still holds it. I mean, he might. Someone can call me out.
I was about to say that is the extent to the NFL history. I know. I hope you enjoyed it.
I'm impressed, to be quite honest with you. Western Texas looking to attack here.
Excellent stop there, and it's. Oh, and that was excellent work there to get the foul. He was smelling it. I think that was Harvey who drew that foul.
Yeah, and he's not going to have that. He does a little chest bump, lets him know, yeah, we acknowledge that. It's almost like in FIFA when a guy with too much pace runs right at you and loses the ball. There was a lot of pace on that move right there, but he lost his footing with a little bit of contact, so no foul really. Referee understood that. Ravens get possession, and 15 minutes left in this first half. What sort of change to this game a goal would do? Let's see what they can come up with.
Excellent footwork.
Yeah,
there.
That was awesome. That was great.
Was Alejandro was on the ball there, I think.
Yeah, number 10 has turnover here.
We got 2-on-2.
Plays the right move, and he puts it in. And that's a goal, folks.
Excellent goal there.
Wow.
What a great playback. Took it on the first try and puts it right into the hardest spot for him to stop.
Yeah.
Western Texas draws first blood.
That they do, and it came off of a turnover in the midfield. Nice play to drive the ball down the left-hand side. He found the square-up pass. Man took it. Was that first time?
Yeah. Absolutely first time.
He lined it up, and not only did he take it first time, but he had that spin on it, put it right into the top corner, and, man.
That was the right play. Everyone made the right decisions there from an attacking sense, so now Coffeyville's got to dig themselves out of this hole.
And I think that was number 22.
You got the roster, huh?
Mateo Todorovich from Western Texas that scored that one there. So.
I never trust the non-printed rosters. If you remember that one season where we were looking on the website and nothing was right, we were getting like 2/3 of the names wrong.
This could be a roster from like 2010, but yeah,
Exactly.
you never know. But no, actually, this is an updated roster there. Mateo, nice goal there. Red Ravens are going to have to react.
Looks like there was I think maybe he thought there had been a foul called on him. He looked pretty frustrated.
Yeah, and the crowd thought so too.
Baraka tries to bring it back, and looks like he's going to draw a foul right there.
A tug on the shirt of the shoulder, quite possibly. Threw him off of his natural path.
Well, that's fine, though, if we're able to keep possession. And what is going on down there at the Ravens' end of the field? Oh, there's a bonus ball on the field.
Bonus ball, you got to like that.
They literally said the words multi-ball multiple times during the Aston Villa game. If you watched this morning, they kept being extra balls on the field. You know, it's like, come on, guys, it's supposed to be Premier League.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you probably pay people to be in that position to make sure it doesn't happen. Well, that's interesting.
Or at least they got like 30 ball boys in just off there. But I guess maybe if I were a ball boy, I would be very reluctant to go on the pitch to try to get a ball back.
Yeah, and here's a turnover again, pressing from Western Texas. Great ball in. He's going to lay it off.
It back again, but yeah, he didn't hit it hard enough to get it into the foot of his compatriot there, and the Red Raven defense was wise to it this time.
Well, and that was 22 Mateo, who had scored the first goal, who was lurking and looking to get on the end of that one there.
I guess they figured if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Same strategy, but not quite the same quality of the pass this time.
Well, again, coming from a Red Raven turnover. Got to clean that up in the midfield, making sure we have good decisions with the passes and working hard to keep possession.
Wow. He just basically threw that player off of him right there. That's some impressive physicality there. Number 30.
Yeah, and he's so far from his position. He's having to track back so far. It's good to see that physicality, but I'd like to see that down the field a bit.
Hey, if you're out of position, but you're keeping the ball and you're getting it to someone else, and then you go and get back, you did a good job.
Oh, heck yeah.
Now if you lose it there, we're in big trouble.
Oh, no. I was, giving him some credit there from doing what he was doing. But
attempted pass from Alejandro there to move it up the field, but had to turn around to try to grab it. Instead, travels out for a Western Texas throw.
Yeah, kind of an unnatural
those
turn.
Guys get annoyed when people call it West Texas, so I'm doing my best here.
Exactly what I thought as well. I'm sure they do not appreciate that, so we definitely want to get it correct.
Speaking of not appreciated, that kind of just dragged him down there.
Yeah, and the ref did not appreciate that, but the Western Texas players will appreciate the fact that it's a quick start going back.
Oh, put some spice on that one.
Yes, he did. And here we go. This is a run.
He's got one man moving in the far post, another in the box. Instead, he's going to lose the ball. Thought about it a little bit too long. So the best he'll get out of it is a throw in.
Jones and Gustavo had to clear that out in the right corner there. And again, goal scorer number 22, Mateo, was the one making that run over there.
Brock went flying in there, and I like the
putting his hands up.
He's
yeah,
like,
whoa.
Look at me. I'm not responding to this, and that was the right call because that's what got us a free kick. Again, just do not play into that sort of thing, or you might find yourself done for the day.
Yeah, and we do not need that at this point. Down a goal, just over 10 minutes left in this first half. A ball that...
As he's scrambling to get back into his box, too. And
ooh, nice moves there.
Just the right amount there.
If he would have went down, there might have been a call for it.
I'm pretty sure that even he realized he might not have gotten one, though, and could have lost a really big chance. So that's one of those where it could go either way.
Yeah, very good point.
I
as
think
we
he's
see,
going to be happy to let that one go out.
Yeah, we're seeing some really good movement and communication here from Western Texas. They're feeling themselves at the end of this first half. That goal really opened things up for them. Red Ravens reeling just a little bit, needing to calm down here, regroup.
Yeah, they're kind of having trouble getting out of their third all of a sudden. They're, again, as I heard the announcer say earlier, is that they've got their tails up right now. Woof.
Oh, yeah. Wow. Well, yeah, that's...
You could hear that one from up here.
Yeah, that was a slapping of the skin there.
Looks like the referee, he's going to be given a yellow card. But if you don't see it, it doesn't count. Oh, wait, too late. He saw it.
Slapping of the skin and quite possibly bones right there. That hurts when you have that knee-on-knee collision.
I did think that it's like Looney Tunes, like they don't, when they run off the cliff, they can keep running.
They just kind of.
But the second you look down. So if you don't see the yellow card, then you're actually fine.
Okay.
But the referee will just keep holding it. He'll make sure you see it eventually. So I think that was number 28, Gustavo, who is going to be taking a... Oh, wait. Do they not have that rule anymore where he has to be immediately subbed off? Actually, yeah, that got changed last season, didn't it? Because I remember that wasn't a thing
You're
anymore.
right. You're right.
My mistake. I should remember these.
Well, speaking of making sure they know about it, I was watching... I can't remember who Man U played yesterday, but they were Southampton, I think. Yeah, and
I actually watched that one. It was looking for a while like it was going to be Southampton's game.
It was it just kind of Bruno in the right place at the right time, put it in the right part of the goal. Kind of got lucky if you ask me a little bit. But what was interesting was the referee Scott McTominay got a yellow, and the referee was yelling his first name out as the ball goes in, and had to be saved. But he was like, Scott, trying to let him know, like, dude, you're yellow carded. Look at me now, Scott. So I guess that's one tactic.
What if he acted like a mom and used his first, middle, and last name?
Then that would just be taking it too far.
Scott Wilson McTominay, you get back here this instant. I don't know if Wilson's his middle name. It seems like it could be, though, right?
He could fight. There could be a fight on the field if that happens. But Red Ravens trying to get out of their defensive third, like you said, but Western Texas cleans it up. They'll retain possession. And
they're going to play it back to their goalie, who doesn't have too much pressure. He's got a chance to think about what he wants to do. And, wow, actually places that incredibly well into the midfield. But Coffeyville gets it back.
Ooh. Don't want to go too high up with the boot or that dangerous play there. Yeah, Hovius really good.
He's going to try to send it. Oh, he just tried to he was kind of like off balance when he made that. That was always going to be a tough one.
Yeah, and I don't know what his natural leg is there, but he was on his left leg, and just not a lot of power coming from that one there. But, hey, got to really give him credit, though, for just getting his feet in a position to be able to put that shot on goal.
Yeah, I was about to say, I mean, oh, man, I wasn't too far away from his actual middle name. It's Francis.
Scott Francis McTominay.
I feel like Wilson is like adjacent to Francis somehow.
There's a lot of S. There's a lot of S sounds going on there.
A lot of sibilants.
And we'll see this throw over to the Red Ravens. They're looking to.
Looks like they're saying no. That was a Western Texas throw, or he's saying, hey, push it back a little bit, maybe. Like maybe they went too far forward, or I don't know.
I think they wanted to go ahead and let the sub come in.
Okay, yeah, and he is saying move back a little bit. So it was a bit of both. At some point, you got to put down the whistle and just say, look, you need to take about 10 steps back.
Especially as much as they move in the pro game, too, as I think that's, Calvin is back on number 7, Schulten, so it's good to see him back on.
Oh, the referee did not see that. All right. His back heel popped up on that throw.
Oh, did it really?
Yeah, it did. Referee didn't see it. But instead, caught this other foul. I'm always watching for foul throws. I don't know what's wrong with me. That's like the equivalent of looking for typos in a flyer.
I was going to say, dude, it's because you're an English teacher. You're, like, used to nitpicking and whatnot, and it's just for the good of everyone.
No, it's all about the fun of writing and literature and all that.
Yeah, it's for the good of the people that you do so.
Which is why it's like I don't watch football for the foul throws. It just happens. Oh, yeah, I was about to say, I was wondering if the ref was going to call that one back.
Yeah, and they want to take it quickly.
And I can kind of see who they'd want to take it to, but,
that's probably a little too much.
Is the referee going to...
I mean, is he going to... Well, so make a statement.
That was the right call. Obviously, you can argue that walking over the ball like that is unsportsmanlike, and I would agree, but it's not a foul, and it's not going to earn you a card unless you get a little cheekier with it. So the referee's like, hey, you need to bring it from a 7 to a 4.
7 to a 4. He felt like, an injustice was happening at that time.
He was absolutely right, but it's the kind of injustice that you get away with. So there's nothing you can do about it.
And I think that's what's so cool about soccer, man. And here, let's go ahead and take it quickly. Ball in. I think that was Gustavo who got ahead to it.
Tries to travel over it, anticipating the path of the ball. A nice spin there from the Western Texas player.
Yeah, that was.
Then he kind of sends it... all the way over to the other side, forcing his compatriot to travel after it.
Mario De La Fuente, he made his way in to the game. Western Texas knocks this one around. Smart play just to kind of let that one go through.
I agree. Tristan made the right call there because you could see that Western Texas was kind of scrambling around, getting their players swarming, in our third. He's like, you know what? Let's give the midfielders a chance to get back here too.
You're exactly right. They're getting more comfortable with each pass, with each completion of a pass, as we see another
he's
one.
Going to get it, and he does get a pretty decent touch to it.
Yes, he did.
Slow and fast, but again, the Coffeyville defense was on target. Just that one time that they weren't, and that's all it takes, huh?
Exactly. Yeah, that's the big difference in this one so far.
Is the referee going to call that? Yes, he is. Kind of like flew in late after he had already won that. It's like a series of 3 balls, one in the air by Coffeyville. And some good sportsmanship helping him up.
Yeah, that's good to see.
Also, maybe looking at the ref, please don't give me a card. Which, no problem with that.
Anything you can do.
Okay. Just for half a second. Is he going to be able to turn with it?
Again, that's Mario down there, number 12, trying to make something of it. Alejandro as well.
Just kind of hesitates. You could see he was going to think about doing a high boot to that, but it's like, probably going to get called for that, and he would have been right.
It would be tough to have to make that decision in such a short amount of time there. Do I do it? Do I not?
Manages to find Baraka, who gets tripped up. Referee's going to make a call. Now, I saw this one's going to be fun for you, and you can feel free to think about it over halftime if you like, because we've got about 5 minutes.
Okay.
But you got to promise not to look anything up.
Okay.
So, you know what Quora is, a site where people ask questions, mostly dumb ones.
Okay.
One question was like, what is to stop a player from simply hitting it on their head repeatedly, like juggling, and just running into the box with it?
Okay.
What rule would prevent a player from doing just that? Now, we're going to be silent about that from now on. You got from now until after halftime. I expect to know. Or even, is there a rule to prevent a player from doing that?
No, there's no rule.
No. Think about it. You got 20 minutes.
No.
Don't jump on it.
Okay. It's not going to change, though.
It might. Give it some thought.
I did see a guy in indoor, or is it maybe futsal, that put it on his neck. You know what I mean? Like, bounced it up and put it on his neck, and then, like, walked in with it, like, on his neck, and then just put it down and kicked it right in.
That would actually be covered under the same rule that I'm thinking of. So, again, just give it some thought.
I will. And, hey, viewers, if you have a thought on that as well, what's your phone number? Butcher 620. What's your phone number? I'm just kidding.
I was about to say, I still got a Tulsa area code.
Yeah, no, I'm just kidding. But it is.
What if we gave him Keelan Barker's number?
Well, but it would be
people texting him and be like, "What?"
It would be Ryan B. No, I'm just kidding, folks. 3 minutes. Just over 3 minutes left in this first half.
And a nice long ball with 2 Coffeyville players charging.
It's going to take a bounce.
I knew he was going to try to head it back, and it looks like Calvin knew that too. But
you're exactly right. He
couldn't
did
quite catch it. I appreciate that kind of smart thinking there of knowing what they're going to do with it and try to exploit a possible mistake.
You're exactly right.
Western Texas did not make a mistake. So
home field advantage, trying to make the most of it, but Western Texas is going to play this ball around, take some time off the clock.
Looks like it's once again, before let's go back to his goal. Once again, Calvin goes flying in. He's like, you will make a mistake at one point, and I will be there.
Yeah, and against Rich Hill, he was all over the place. Or Rich Mountain, he was all over the place.
Yes. I thought you were saying the goalie's name was Rich Heel for a second, which is a heck of a name. You don't like Richard.
Rich Hill.
Well,
I'll think about that one over halftime as well, Ryan Butcher.
I mean, that's it. It sounds like it could be a real name.
Oh well, yeah. No, there's a pitcher in Major League Baseball named that. Yeah.
I like that little trick right there. Here I go and cut it to the other side and take another touch at it. And looks like Western Texas. No, I was thinking they might opt to play it.
Off the ref.
Which
he should stop it, right?
I was actually wondering, do they do the dead ball thing here when it hits the referee? But I guess not. Because the old rule used to be the referee's just a part of the pitch, and if it hits him, well, then it's like it hit a gopher hill or something. You just keep playing.
I agree with that right there. I mean, but I get there are some really big injustices though that could come from it. I mean,
which is I think why they changed the rule in the Premier League. But I guess it is not the same here. Although I could have sworn it happened before here, but I watch a lot of football, and sometimes I get my leagues confused.
I feel like we've seen that before, but maybe it's just up to the discretion of the referee. Not quite sure, but
I mean, if there is a rule that specifies that can be like if it's within the best interest of the game to let it keep going.
Exactly.
That to me would make a lot of sense. But as with anything left to referee discretion, it tends to get people mad real fast.
Exactly.
And Western Texas is, oh, wow, good ball. He's got help on the – oh, his player was charging in on the far wing. He'd already gotten ahead of the defender. That would have been the one. If he could put that at about chest height, that would have been it right there. They could have walked into halftime with a 2-0 lead.
Baraka was doing all he could to get back and to do something just to disrupt that, and they did.
Oh, speaking of disrupting, a little bit of contact there, but West Texas inside the box again.
Oh, wow.
Referee says no, much to the relief of all of us up in the box.
Yes, you are exactly right.
Because that was one I thought that was going to be it.
Well, he stepped right in front of him there, but he did get all ball.
Oh,
but
speaking of the far post. Oh, is the referee going to have further? Yes. I was about to say, when you've got a possible chance to charge in towards the goal, that's going to make any call more likely to get a card.
Mario De La Fuente, nice move out on that left-hand side. Tried to break back into the inside. Defender, way too much body contact there. Wins the free kick. Yellow card as well.
How many cards is that? Is that 2 for each team, or is it only 1 for Western Texas?
That's probably something we should be tracking.
You're the one with the pencil. You should be marking next to Nate.
I've got all these pencils, but no markings, you know.
You have a pencil, or you'd be sharing, and I'd be making my own markings. All right, who's going to be taking this?
I could break it in 2, and then we could both have pencils.
Ooh.
Think about that.
Alejandro taking this. We've seen really good opportunities from this exact position. We're going to go far post again. Yep.
Oh, it's in there.
Excellent header from the Western Texas player with less than 1 minute to go. They're going to want to set this. Actually, it looks like
another corner.
Is that Owen Barker down in the box right now?
No, I think that's Gustavo.
Is that Gustavo? I think you might be right. Looks like he's getting up, but he wasn't feeling too great about it. There would have been no reason for him to want to slow down play with less than a minute.
True. Yeah, 38 seconds and counting, so this probably will be the last bit of action we see.
One excellent chance. Coffeyville's had a lot of free kicks, a lot of set pieces. Far post, very far post, header, and, well, it'd be good in a different sport.
He found his target, yeah, but
it was there. That's always a difficult one.
Yes, it is, because the ball's floating away from the goal, and your body's going away from the goal as well. You almost have to run into it. You know what I mean? Run up on it and into it versus having to slide that way. You can't really generate much power when your body's moving that way. But, yeah, they're just going to go ahead and run this one out. And, unfortunately, as Red Raven fans, we find ourselves 1 goal down going into halftime. But I am confident in the halftime speech of Coach Keelan Barker. I'm confident that he'll bring it all together. Get the guys hyped up and ready to go for the second half. Speaking of getting hyped up and ready to go, it's too hot to run this afternoon, so we're just going to chill here for about 15 minutes. Guys, check back in with us. We'll have some more second half action. See you then. And we are back live here from Veterans Memorial Stadium in Coffeyville, Kansas, getting ready to kick off this second half of action. Red Raven soccer up against Western Texas on a beautiful Sunday afternoon, a hot Sunday afternoon. Already seeing some action, already seeing a foul being called there. Too much contact from Hovius. But
actually, I think that came off of his hands.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, and so, yeah, this is my main man, Ryan Butcher. That's why you're here, man, to clean up all of my mistakes.
Speaking of which, did you ever think of what rule covers that stuff we talked about? Why a player could not just basically balance a ball on their head and run it into the box?
Is it something to do with handling or?
It is. Oh, kinda. We'll talk about it here in a
Oh!
second. Just blast that in. I love to see that. There's actually a rule called obstruction, this is a rule that it's like you can't handle or hold a ball or attack the ball in such a way that it could cause danger to the person with the ball, or that you could cause that danger. So it's like that's why if a player goes down on the ground and they hold it in their legs, the foul gets called on them.
Yeah,
because that's obstruction. Because a player can't just smash it because they could hurt him.
Tell me this though, the legendary play with Henry, and he's like kicking it. As we see Zidane, good to see him back in as a nice ball into the box, already making his presence felt. But you know what I'm talking about? Where Henry he keeps it up like he's kicking it, but he's going down the field.
Yeah.
At the same time, like, would that be allowed then?
I think,
you keeping up, like uppy, keepy uppy or whatever.
If a player can safely challenge, I think that's it. But yeah, if you're holding the ball up on your head, the only way someone's going to challenge is to just try to kick you in the head, which would not be good. Oh, hey, speaking of the opposite of that, got Coffeyville on the attack here. Anyway, I used to be a soccer referee, and that's all I got to say about that.
Well, no, that was a really cool question to bring up, man. I liked that a lot. That was a lot of fun. We need to come up with one of those. I think that was a handball, right? Or
over there, I think that was on Zidane over here, but it's going into the box
box.
And he's got it on the outside, tries to one-shot it in, and I'm not sure if he was playing on Saturday, but he's back now from his injury, so I'm glad to see that. We were chatting about him on the first half. I'm sure Keelan said, all right, it's time for you to get some play time.
Yeah, let's go ahead and have him out there. And, we're sitting here babbling along, and all this action's happening out here on the pitch. We should probably pay attention. A lot of action already in the first, 3 minutes of play.
If we didn't say anything, everyone in the comments is going to be like, you said you'd give us the answer. We're all waiting to hear.
That's true.
There's money riding on this in the comments. We're not betting, but they are.
There's people all over the world waiting for this answer. Probably already knew the answer, but no, that was really cool. I never had thought about that, but now that you explain it, it makes a lot of logical sense as to why it would be
that was
a rule.
Really good ball. The West Texas player there is they're having another breakaway. This is the same type of breakaway that they had in the first half that eventually led to their first goal. They're going to try to go the same way. He's got help on the outside. Plays it to him. He's going to come right back. Right at the top of the box.
Oh, wow. You've got to step in there.
Really glad there was someone there to get a foot on that.
Goodness gracious.
Let's see. Who was that? I think it was Daisuke again.
Yeah, I think it was. And
he's been really on top of those.
When it seems like nobody is even remotely close to the spot, he comes out of nowhere. Yeah. And Western,
if that had been allowed to go straight to the goal, that could have gone in any direction.
Oh, yeah. He could have, picked and choose whatever, wherever. Western Texas getting really comfortable, and I mentioned this at the end of the first half, but really comfortable with their passing lanes, with their organization and whatnot. And it's opening up a lot of stuff.
They kind of were on the back foot at first, but now CCC's got their chance to hopefully replay.
And here comes Jack.
Good ball. Good ball.
Into the box!
Gets it on the first time, but it was just enough to direct it at the box, and the referee signaling nothing's being called, and the ball never actually traveled out. Some incidental contact on the outside. A shot goes over. Wow, that was a lot that just happened in a really short amount of time.
It has been 4 minutes of second half action, and my heart is racing so far. We've had a couple of chances in the box. We've had Coach Schicky up on the bench yelling his head off. Isn't that Schicky over there?
In red?
At the end? Yeah, I think it might be.
That would explain a lot, actually. My heart's racing all of a sudden.
Well, and so
all the excitement.
Obviously, the halftime speech worked. The Red Ravens are on the attack. Zidane has definitely brought a new, feel to the game as well. He's on this right-hand side. They have to attack those edges, Ryan.
I remember in that first home game what a presence he was, before he picked up his injury, and I'm glad that he's going to bring that same type of energy because we need it right now.
Well, yeah, and we were calling him Mr. Energy. He probably didn't like that nickname, but as we see, West Texas, wow.
A lot of balls traveling over the crossbar today.
That was a nice little pass right there. He took it first time, just over the bar there. But, yeah, he brought a lot of energy to the game, so much so we were calling him Mr. Energy, and we've got to have it today.
I like how you've made that we. I'm pretty sure that was you.
I'm pretty sure that was Steven, to be quite honest with you. We'll blame it on him since he's not here. But
I think that's fair.
Goal kick for the Red Ravens. It's always going to be tricky with the wind.
Zidane gets a touch on it, trying to find Jovius, goes over. I think that was off a West Texas player hitting it back. Jovius knocks it in. Oh,
nice.
Pretty good
ball
they're looking for.
It'll be cleaned up.
Yeah, I was about to say, cannot rest for a second around
here. Okay, nice move.
Good thinking there. He's going to try to take it out to the corner. Now, I think that was a shoulder-to-shoulder.
No, yeah, that was totally clean.
That was not great. It looks like he's going to draw a foul there. Smart play by the West Texas defender. He's going to try to get a few more seconds out of that. I think he's probably okay. Yeah, just a little bit slow on there. Anyway, I think it was Calvin Schulten who was carrying it out there before it just kept going. It's like before I have a chance to focus on one aspect of the play, it's already moved on down the field.
Yeah, and that is really the case here for this second half, and it's going to be like this for the next 38 minutes.
If anyone's glancing away from the screen to look at their phones for a second, well, you're going to miss it.
Make sure you have the audio on because, yeah, you'll miss quite a bit.
Actually, you should probably just mute the audio. That's fine.
Well, I mean, I have confidence in myself. I don't know, but
Zidane on the outside, nice.
Got around his defender.
Couldn't quite get to. Good play there, though. Love to see that kind of confident on the ball play.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Western Texas understanding that. Yeah, let's just slow this down a little bit.
All right, they got lots of room to switch field here.
The pace has not exactly been in their favor, so they want to switch that up a little bit.
And I think that's, okay, he's able to bring that down, and he's got at least one man in the box, but ultimately going to only get a throw in from it.
Yeah, Baraka tracking all the way back to make that play there.
It is kind of sad we're only going to see him on mostly the far post this half, huh?
Yeah, that's true.
But if he scores, I'll still be happy.
Yeah, because he can still do, quite a bit. He makes some really athletic runs. And
good turn there from the West Texas player. Back heel. Chance to cross it in. Finds a player right at the penalty spot.
Yeah, that was good. That
was a close one.
Yes, it was. Defense had to do anything and everything they could. Just did enough.
Oh, look at that. He's still got a couple players at that same player at the penalty spot, one at the back, but I think that's going to go too far. That's one of the negatives to having the wind at your back there. If you miss it, and it's usually going to travel out.
Yeah, and, they're getting a feel for that side of the field is Western Texas, but they still appear to be pretty comfortable, in their passing and their movement, where they want to go, one touch, two touch. Unfortunate ball there goes out and over to Western Texas. As we see a substitute get ready for the Red Ravens.
Who has that kind of warming up down there?
Not quite sure.
I guess, sorry, I was just kind of watching some fun off-the-ball contact there, very, very mild. But it's always fun, the stuff that you only see because you look away from the play for a second.
Yeah.
Because, the ref's watching the play, we're watching the play, and I'm like, hey, there's something going on over there.
It's usually pretty interesting off the ball.
I'm going to name no names, so the referee can't look back later. VAR can't get in on this.
Oh, that's all we need.
FIFA can't get in on this either.
That's all we need right there.
Issuing $20,000 fines. Or pound fines.
Western Texas, wow.
Oh, that was not a great return, but looks like he's going to keep it. He's got some help.
A lot of determination there.
They don't have any players in the box right now. They're busy playing around the outside, looking for an opportunity. This is it. Is he going to take the shot?
Yes, he is.
Oh, and he puts it in the back of the net. He had a lot of room to breathe with that shot. I think the players are – he should have been, run down really quickly before he had a chance to settle it. I think that one's going to be on the defense.
Well, and, that's the same goal scorer from the first half. That's Mateo. And, he had way too much time on the ball. He was able to think about where he was going to strike it.
He took it with his left, put it just right into the far corner.
Obviously, he had a lot of pace on that shot right there, and unfortunately, the Red Ravens find themselves 2 goals down, 35 minutes left in this second half. Somewhat stunned here, but now is the time to get it going.
Well, looks like they got a substitution coming in, so out is coming, in is coming. I'm trying to get a good look at his jersey from here.
Yeah, 13 Ioto is out. Not quite sure who will be in. We'll get that to you as soon as we can.
Send that one long. I kind of like that. Just, you know what? This could go just about anywhere. Let's try it.
Yeah, just get some contact to it. We'll see. Jack gets...
Speaking of contact, yes, he is going to get his call. Seemed pretty upset with the referee after he got the call. Maybe he wanted more.
Well, and it's just extending from the first half, and it probably has a lot to do with the scoreboard as well, but can't really think about that too much right now. Have to get one back and just get back to the game overall.
Yeah, watching some of that. Off the ball stuff.
There it is again. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of contact.
Oh, I think he's going to get a head to it. He's offside, though, unfortunately. Which, again, that was a pretty tight one, but the linesman was lined up on the line. The linesman.
I think that was 4 or 5 times you said line in that little sequence.
Once I said it the second time, I was like, yeah, I'm just going to keep saying it.
Just keep on going.
Just be like, line. As if I can't think of what to say.
Goal kick, and Jones gets a head to this one. Going to have to get another head to it. Western Texas 2 goals up will really be content now with just maybe playing some catch out there.
Yeah. Problem is, though, with 35 minutes left to go, that can backfire.
That's a lot of catch to play.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it can. It can. I mean, but their passing has been pretty smooth. I mean, they've been able to keep possession, and with Coffeyville playing against the wind, right now it's looking
to be able to get it. Yes, he was able to keep that in. Excellent work. Zidane. Oh, it was a trip there against Harvey, and opts to play it quickly. Zidane's got it. Tries to split the players. Does so. Wasn't able. He was still kind of off balance after that challenge.
Yeah, not able to complete that move fully.
Good work by West Texas.
Yeah, that was a great diagonal ball there.
And it's got a lot of white between him and the goal, though.
I was going to say, is that the goal scorer on the ball there? And what's interesting is on that last goal, like you said, not a lot of players in the box, but they are comfortable with taking that long shot, obviously.
Yes, indeed. And if that's good, if that's how they feel that they're going to play the rest of the game, again, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah, exactly. 2-0 score line. Playing it around the top of the midfield here over to the right-hand side.
The same kind of passing build-up again is what led to the last goal. And, all it takes is one bad pass, and that's that.
Well,
and he was another substitution here. I think that is number 9, Jack Greenwood. Oh, wait, no, he's not being subbed off? Okay. I thought I saw him going to the sidelines. No, instead it is Zidane who will be taking a quick break. Oh, he was going for some water. Good call.
Mark McDade, number 17, into the game. Mark from Ireland.
Yes, indeed.
Jones looking ahead, and we'll look for Mark. Headed out by the Western Texas defender. Good job by the ball boys just to get that one back in quick.
Where to go from here, huh?
Which is the way that's clear.
Got both of those touches right, enough that didn't leave them in a dangerous position, although Western Texas will ultimately end up with the ball. Well, I say that. No, Coffeyville has a throw-in. See?
Well, and
couldn't even finish the thought.
That's just the nature of the beast, though. Soccer is so back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. You say one thing, and then the fool is made out of you, in the next breath. Can't really help it too much.
Let's see. Looks like they're going to play it back to the center. And Western Texas is playing a really high line right now.
That's benefited them all game. And
and this is going to be what's it. This is their chance for counterattack. but kind of fizzles out. God, he had so many opportunities. He had at least 3 other players up that could have helped him there, but he was opting to try to take it himself.
Yeah, I can't believe he didn't do more with that there, but I guess the hat trick was on his mind.
Oh, yeah, that's fair. Once you got that possible hat trick, that's all you can think about. But if it were suddenly to become, 1-2 instead of 0-2,
then he might be, hearing some criticisms.
Might have to think about something else.
Western Texas playing it around. Step up there.
Referee's going to bring that back for that foul on Calvin Chilton. And, or not, actually. I think he's saying that Calvin Chilton was the one who made the foul there. Again, I only saw that he went down, so that was speculation on my part. And what a well-weighted ball is that.
Snuck in back there. Baraka having to track back, and it's going to be a corner kick.
Whew. You do love to see that. I don't care. It's like when it just floats perfectly. It just lands right on the player's foot. It's like, that's so beautiful.
As a football fan, you appreciate it, even if it is happening, to your team. You kind of just have to. So, corner kick, this will be interesting. It'll be an in-swinger, and with the wind, it'll be even pacier.
Oh, look at that curve on that one. Has to just slap that one away. That was a nasty one.
Yes, it was. A lot of pace on that one. Like I said, the wind blowing in as well. That's going to be...
Looks like they'll be going the opposite end for this.
Tough for any goalie to handle.
All right. Looks like they might try the same in-swinger. Yep. Oh, boy.
Oh.
Did that come off the head of a West Texas player?
Yeah, I think it did. Fortunately for the Red Ravens, one more corner there. You never know what might happen.
Anyway.
You laughing at me?
Oh, no. I was looking at the placement of the ball.
I'm just kidding with you.
On the goal kick, technically, it wasn't even on the line, but whatever. It's fine.
Yeah, okay.
Again, can't stop looking.
He's all the way out.
Oh, yeah. He's got some help from his...
Oh,
if that had gone past, he was like, screw this.
Oh, man, that was close.
Just going to dump this out. Because there was that half second where it almost went south. And now Coffeyville's sensing, is this our chance?
You've got to...
I think like the last real big chance they had was Jack Greenwood's shot on goal
in
the first half. And unfortunately... Hovius was offside then. I think he knew he was offside and was a little annoyed that that was sent to him.
Kicked out of frustration just a bit there. But, Jack, we've seen some good runs here in this second half, but nothing really threatening. And the goalkeeper for Western Texas here, no problem. Takes his time here, wastes some precious seconds here. Get everyone set up, send them down the field. With the win, this should travel.
It's going to go to Baraka on the far end of the pitch. She was trying to get under controls. Well marked. Oh, okay. Looks like he did something he shouldn't have. Don't know what it was. Can't see from here.
Climbing. I mean, just too much pressure on the back side. You know what I mean? Like, was he all over his back too much probably?
Yeah, that'd probably be my guess. I do notice that right to our left here, we have the up-close camera that our production team, is that what we want to say?
Sure. Yeah, that sounds
The production
great.
team is maintaining in the other room, except the sun is right on it. So it's a nice glare on that screen.
Yeah, Mike.
So we just got to use our eyes. And I thought that was a handball as well, but no, it plays on. And, is he going to take another? Okay. For a second, I wonder if they're going to take another shot from long distance.
I was wondering because he had people in the box, but they were covered. As we see a run here on the right-hand side, two Raven defenders out there.
Taking it to the corner, trying to maybe siphon a few more seconds away. Still 28 minutes left to go, though.
Yeah, there's a lot of time.
That's a lot of seconds. Oh,
nice
intercepted
step up.
right there, trying to get it to Jack Greenwood. Wow. almost got a foot on that.
Yeah, I think that was 31 Manuel Nunez who came in as a substitute playing in the midfield.
Oh, yes, he was our substitute. You're absolutely correct. Again, it's hard to see from this far away sometimes.
Well, and those white jerseys in the sun is difficult as we see Baraka go out.
Oh, You said you watched the Man U Southampton game, right?
Yes.
How do you feel about Man U's green jerseys that were blending in with the pitch to the point where I was having trouble seeing individual players?
Well, from a marketing standpoint, I get why teams switch their jerseys up every year. You know what I mean? From a money-making standpoint. Yeah. But, I know Man U to be red. I don't know them to be green.
That's fair.
It's just crazy. I think it's a little out there. But
ooh, that's some good giving up. That was Jack Greenwood who knocked it back.
Oh, that was close. Good hustle there.
On the end there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of like green as a jersey. But we stopping for a hydration break? Maybe?
It would make sense if we did. We're about halfway through, or just a talking to here, maybe.
Oh, I was about to say, he did give an indication to stop the clock, and the clock, she has not stopped. So
Harvey's getting a lesson here, and
yeah, because normally I thought that's what the signal would mean. Well, okay, guess there is no hydration break. Dang, I was actually hoping for
their sakes
and for my sake, I could stand to fill up this water bottle. And throw in from Western Texas.
Oh, that's going to bounce. Yeah, there.
Oh,
man, very physical game.
That was a lot. Okay, this time we're stopping the clock. No, we have not stopped the clock.
Yellow card given.
There is that. We need to talk to. Where's that being operated? Fourth floor? Is that the clock?
I'm not quite sure. I think it has a mind of its own, really.
No, there's nobody running it.
I think
it's a ghost in the machine.
Well, I think it's New York, maybe. It's done remotely. Free kick here for Coffeyville. Ball being put into the box.
Good ball, but the players are wise to it. Didn't go too far out, though. Able to head to that side. I think that was... No? I was trying to see who was on that far side. But it looks like Western Texas is going to... Oh.
Yeah, but I mean, contact both ways, yeah. and the Western Texas player got the worst of it for sure.
There's a lot going on. There's a yellow card. This time the clock stopped. I think you're right. The clock has a mind of its own.
Yeah.
The clock stops when the clock feels like it.
When they play out here on Halloween night, it gets pretty spooky.
Do we have a game on Halloween?
We'll have to check.
That'd be great.
What are you gonna dress up for as this year?
I'm gonna dress up as an old man who stays home and gives candy to kids who come by.
Wow, I bet you'll do that very well. You already have the costume and everything.
True.
Yeah.
I actually did get a pretty decent amount of traffic last year, which makes me happy. I'm glad kids are still out there having fun.
Seriously, man, yeah, I don't mind it at all. And if they don't come and eat the candy, then I eventually will myself. So it's a win-win.
Yeah, I actually kind of joked with them. I told them, hey, you can keep, take a whole handful. Either you guys eat it or I'm just stuck with a bunch of candy here.
Yeah, and so Jack maybe wisely brought that ball down. He did have a runner there in Manuel, but just trying to keep possession, trying to get some quality going forward versus just throwing the whole sink at him there. But
oh, that was really well played there by the Western Texas player, but ultimately goes out for CCC throw. And how does Coffeyville play out of this, both in this situation and in the wider sense?
Oh, man, that is such a good question, to be quite honest with you. I'm sure Keelan's wondering himself.
I'm starting to think what they're doing might actually be a really good idea. They'll just keep popping it up to the back, allow the players to run onto it, take advantage of the fact that the wind's going to kind of stop the ball's forward momentum.
You're exactly right, yeah.
Oh, that's
a
bad
tough ball.
Mishandling is
yeah.
going to be made to pay for that. I think he was onside.
Goalkeeper comes out and
I think did he get a hand on it that stopped it the first time, or was that a mistake by the player?
It was a back heel.
That is what I thought. And interesting, looks like there's going to be a foul there against Mark McDade. Bringing those skills all the way from Ireland.
Appreciated for sure here in Coffeyville.
Oh.
Yeah, so that's a tough ball.
Oh, he's not going to be happy with his teammate. It's like he was sprinting on goal. He just needed that in front of him.
Exactly.
He could have had a chance.
Yeah, that would have been it right
there. But they're playing across the outside again, although this time I'm noticing Coffeyville's doing some marking of players past the top of the box right now, if you see what I'm talking about.
Yes.
Kind of.
That might help to stop them. before they get into some dangerous areas.
True. Problem is some of that damage has been done already. So.
You're exactly right. Yeah, and it can't be made up unless we get back and score a couple ourselves. As 22 minutes left in this second half. Hot day outside. A lot of action as well.
I throw in from Western Texas. Finds a player in the box. Knocked away. And, that's not going to go far. He turns. He's got some space. Fires.
Oh.
And boy, Matisse was happy to watch that one go past the post. I think even if he had died for it, he couldn't have gotten all the way to the post.
No, because that player probably left-footed, had it on his left foot, and rooted in his spot. It would have taken a Herculean effort to stop that one if it were indeed on goal. As we see a substitution here for Western Texas. Number 3 from Western Texas, putting in a really good shift today, so he's getting a well-deserved break there.
He's earned it. All right. Coffeyville on the attack again.
Turnover and ball into a dangerous area. Will he take it? Yes, he will. Oof. Stop there by yeah, that's.
Matisse.
Yeah, you're right. I was watching the ball just comforting myself. Yes, it will go out. Yes, he did get that save.
He made
nice
the right
job.
decision.
Yeah, he did.
And some very, very long throw-ins here, and I don't mean in the thrown distance into the box.
The ball boys out there are earning their whatever we pay them. They are earning it.
I think they get paid as much as we do.
Which is a lot.
All right. Every time the ball goes out, Western Texas is happy to siphon just a few more seconds away. But this time, it's going to be a throw-in for Coffeyville.
Got to take this one quickly, quite possibly, to work themselves out of this corner. But some frustration shown by the Coffeyville players, unfortunately.
They've had a real hard time breaking out of their own third. They had that one run that kind of ended up in the corner right there that almost led to a chance.
Yeah, you're right.
Just broke out at the last second. I think that was Zidane flying in at that one?
Mm-hmm.
Or was it? Maybe. Possibly.
Well, either way, here's one.
Ooh, no call there. I think that was Mark McDade, actually, who went flying in. And, speaking of flying, there goes that.
Yeah, and no foul there. The player attempted to bicycle, and, I mean, whenever you do that, you put yourself in a real dangerous position.
Yeah. Hurt your pride, too, when it goes like that.
Hurt your head, hurt your pride.
Uh-oh. Stuff going on the far side of the field. Did not travel out, according to the linesman.
Okay, very good, very good. Oh, that could have been a promising ball there.
But it looks like he's going to have a second chance to make it. He chases after it to correct his error.
Yeah, good hustle there to do exactly that.
Manuel, I think, was the one who was on that.
Yeah, I think you're right. Harvey positioning his body.
Excellent job to find him on the outside. He's got targets to aim at. Just needs a bit of space. Not bad. But just tipped over. To try to send that back in. Taps it up. Was he aiming for the ref? I don't know.
Yeah, a lot of hopeful balls there, but needed near perfect execution.
Excellent. I'm glad he's going to keep this one in. And Western Texas is...
no. Yeah, well, he might...
Okay, he's
wow.
At least
Wow.
He was sprinting back towards his box when all of a sudden he's like, wait a minute, actually, I think I can get this one here. If that player had taken that the first time and just gone for a long-range effort, that could have been it. Oh, speaking of long-range efforts.
Yeah, he's in the middle, but it probably makes the right pass. I think that person was offsides.
Maybe. It would have depended on when he decided to take it.
That's
one of those where if you wait for just one more touch, then it's too late. But Coffeyville still with possession there. And he's got a runner.
Ooh, slips it and it gets by.
Looks like we'll be getting a corner kick from this.
Yeah, and I think at this point,
Yeah, I was about to say that's what the linesman signaled.
This is exactly what we need to get back into this game here. Got to get the ball out of our own half, right, and get into the attacking third here.
More specifically, need to get to the ball in the back of the net.
Let's see. Well, it was a progression, okay? I was getting there. So
that's what they call build-up play.
Well, let's have it. Let's have it right here. So
build-up play by play? No?
Build up.
Okay.
Play
Here we
by.
go. These aren't my favorite types of corners. I like ones that are taken like this. The ones that kind of swing inside. Ooh.
Oh, a lot of pace.
Not bad. Oh, for a second, I wonder if that was going to be it. Turns and just tries to dump it back into the box, but it goes a bit wide. And Coffeyville is now back on the defensive. Going to get some help here from Hovius, trying to be like, hey, if you guys want to take this goal kick sometime in the next minute, appreciate it.
More than happy to help them do that exactly there. And ball put back into the box, hoping someone can get on the end of it, but out for a goal kick. Some shouts for time wasting.
Yeah, the ref didn't even say anything about it, though. Generally, it goes shouts, caution, card in that order.
Yeah. Coffeyville.
Oh, he's not going to be happy with that.
Yeah,
touch.
mishandled the ball. And again, Coffeyville playing a lot of hopeful balls, is trying to come up with something.
Interesting. What do we have going on here? The referee is issuing a card. I think that is going to Harvey. Something was probably said. If I had to guess, I'm guessing it was probably related to the goal kick. Again, all speculation. We'll ask him on Monday.
Yes, we will. Harvey, one of the leaders on this team, I might have said that magical word or two.
All right, here we go. Going to take the same one. Oh, almost is able to clear that, but Western Texas has a great chance to break. He's got help on the other side, and that's who he's going to aim for.
Yeah, holds it up and going to hit that person running in the middle. Has a runner on the right-hand side.
Going to be Bryce, or excuse not. Oh, wait, that's not Bryce Jones. The outside doesn't matter.
Oh. Wasn't able to get a full toe to that one.
I think that was Tristan on the far side.
Yeah.
I don't know why I said that. Anyway, I got too distracted by, all the excitement as we got a sub in from Western Texas here.
Yeah, still a lot of action there. Good transition play there from Western Texas. Found the right positions,
So
made the right play.
We've had opportunities now, or at least had the ball on the proper end of the field. Is this the build up to a goal and a chance to get back into the game? ...
It would be a shot of life back into this team, that's for sure.
Well, let's hope so. Oof. Yeah, he's kind of like in a no-win type of situation there. Every player that was within distance was pretty well marked, and you can't just knock it back and then lose it, and then it's another run on the goal.
Exactly, yeah, so frustrating play there.
Throw in from Western Texas, who, once again, deep in Coffeyville's third. And it's going to be out for yet another throw. Help from the assistants.
Looks like we have maybe a cramp or some sort of injury down there.
Looks like it. I think we're probably going to...
If you were ever going to have a hydration break, I mean, you might as well go ahead and do it
there
now.
are a lot of players running over there.
Well, so let's go ahead and take a hydration break ourselves. When we get back to action on the field, we'll bring it back right here. And we are back here at Veterans Memorial Stadium. A quick hydration break, a much-needed hydration break, and back to some action here. Unfortunately, time is ticking down for the Red Raven squad and faithful. 15 minutes left in this second half, down 2 goals.
Which is kind of interesting considering how I'm looking at your stats right there. Coffeyville scored 11 goals in 3 games. That's an average of almost 4 goals per game. And at this time, they've been held scoreless for the first time.
Yeah, and, still time left. However, you think about yesterday's game, maybe playing a factor in today's game. You think about just a busy week overall, school, whatnot, but this will be frustrating for the players and coaches, but still time to make it right.
I was about to say, there is still plenty of time left for this game to change.
Throw in taken too quickly for...
No, it looks like we've got a substitution here.
Okay.
And I think Keelan Barker over there is like saying, hey, how many substitutions can these guys do, and why didn't they do it during the hydration break?
Yeah, that's true. Really good point to be made by him. So the throw-in will come in.
Wow!
Oh, my goodness gracious.
What a goal. Just to smash that thing in from the half volley. Wow.
Yeah, folks. And,
Can't complain about that goal.
No, that was actually a pleasure to watch.
I don't know if I'd say it was a pleasure to watch. It was actually painful to watch, but it was still a really good goal.
Joy and pain, sunshine and rain. That ball bounced up and was honestly at the perfect height for him to do what he just did. A lot of pace on that ball. Nothing Matisse could do.
Oh, yeah.
That is a...
That's been every goal that's gone in.
That's
gone
true,
in with
though.
Such pace,
yeah,
just like blasting the back of the net. That is a nightmare as a goalie when those are what are being fired your way.
I have to admit, I think I looked too deeply into this 1-0 Cali scoreline for this Western Texas team.
So maybe Cali just played an amazing defensive game, huh?
Well, yeah.
I wonder if we can look that one up. Do you think they have theirs saved on their streaming
Maybe
stuff?
so. I mean, 1-0, that scoreline indicates it was a battle for 90 minutes, that's for sure.
Speaking of a battle, he's racing ahead. I think
he's going to keep that one in.
And he's got 2 players to aim at. Good stretch there just to cut out the danger. That could have been goal number 4.
West Texas's
good
ability to counterattack and then finding that runner in the middle.
Now got a counterattack of their own. Good
nice
ball there. Find Manuel.
Nice one.
Where's he going to send it? Brings it back. Oh, just got it tangled up in his legs. Was Calvin Schulten there. And
it's almost like the complimentary shoulder you get for making a good play, right? You made a good play. Well, here, let me give you your credit for doing so. And all that's going to do is waste the time, really.
With the frustration building, we might see more of that, unfortunately.
And we don't need to at this point. It is highly unnecessary. Just play the game out and continue on with the rest of your season. But a lot of pride, left. A lot still to be played for here. Especially if Coach Barker starts to go to his bench maybe and put in some guys that looking to prove themselves.
I think he's doing that right now as a player on the sideline currently. So, hey, you called it.
Well, I do good sometimes.
Another battle over there with Harvey. It's going to go all the way back to goalie.
Oh, yeah.
And
okay, first time.
Just wide. I like that though. I like to just this might be the time. Perhaps we can send in some long range efforts too. Maybe you never know. Just was kind of off balance when he took that one.
Yeah.
And off here, Calvin Schulten's coming off this time, and who's he being replaced by?
I'm thinking maybe that's number 10 Alejandro, but we'll have to see whenever he turns around. But yeah, taking the first time, it was going to have to be a heck of a strike, and not only with placement but with power as well. But yeah, happy to see he took it. Might as well try.
Nothing wrong with that.
Alejandro, really good.
Good ball. Very good
Jack
ball.
In. Oh, and there we go.
There it is. Okay, they got one back.
All right.
That was Hovius, right, I think?
That was Hovius. Goal. Bringing one back for the Red Ravens squad. Jack Greenwood found him in the middle. Nice run. 3-1 scoreline. Under 12 minutes left to go.
All right. That is exactly what we want to see. That was an excellent ball to the far post. And
Yeah.
he was like that was well paced out. He was on top of it. It basically went right to his head, and he was right where he needed to be. Just had to hit it forward, get it on target. That makes me feel so good. I love it.
Yeah, that was a great play. Greenwood put it right on his forehead. Nothing to do but put that in the back of the net, and let's see a resurged Red Raven team here for the next 10 minutes.
Yes, indeed. Sometimes all it takes is one goal to get your spirits back up, and no, it's like, hey, this game isn't over yet. There's still a lot of time to go.
Playing here on the right-hand side, brought down, turn.
Excellent turn there from Manuel. Is able to try to knock it forward. Looking for some white shirts. Coffeyville playing a really high line right now, which is going to be necessary. Okay, kind of takes the shoulder there, and it looks like it's a bit too much, according to the referee. People disagree. Play resumes anyway.
Here we go. Harvey has options, plays it out to the left-hand side. Baraka.
Yeah, it was pretty well marked over there. I think that Western Texas player was like, yeah, try to take it down the sideline.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I want you to do.
Nice one-on-one matchup.
Well, again, I don't mind seeing some long-range efforts. Just slowly got to get those on target. But, hey, you earn a few of those. Why not, right?
Yeah, well, and what I guess best case scenario is the ball dips right onto Jack's foot there, right? And
yeah.
you hit him right in stride. But, not a bad look there. But
okay, now we get to part 2 here. Which, we're skipping straight to part 3. We're going to the card.
Amarillo comes out, and
yeah. So, all right. So we had shouts, no warning, just card, and 4th step is the goalie is much more careful from here on out.
I guess so.
Well, there's an alternate step, but you don't want that one. That's going to be the worst way to get sent off as a goalie.
Yeah, that would be. And
you press the ref one too many times.
Do you think a ref would take it that far? Would you?
I don't think every ref would, but there are a lot of refs who'd be like, look, I gave you a card, and if you're still not going to listen,
that's true.
They might take it as like a challenge to their authority.
Are you saying that sometimes refs have an ego and they make it about themselves as dangerous ball here?
Wow, I think he took that contact off, or rather from Mark McDade there, not from the opposite player. I hope he's going to be able to get up okay.
Yeah, you almost kind of got to have to just go ahead and get up on that one because
looks like they're going to stop play to get him looked at right there. Yeah, they both went charging him for that. Was punched away by Matisse there, but Mark was already in the process of going for it.
Okay, well, let's just take a small break here, and we'll come back when the action is back on the pitch. Matisse is back up, and so is the action. Throw in here for Western Texas College.
And another throw in for Western Texas College. Yeah. Oh, wait, no. That's for CCC.
All right, so.
Good to see. Having a little side discussion, about strategy here, but we can't put it over the air because what if it gets picked up by the other side?
$1 million ideas. Can't have it. Oh, that's unfortunate there.
Smashed it right into his back. Which isn't going to feel great.
That'll be another clearance here, trying to get something downfield here. Good header.
Good header from the back there. And that's that was Jack Greenwood trying to barrel down on that player, but he was able to release it with no problem. Gonna be forced to go all the way back on defense here as Coffeyville's desperately trying to push that ball up further and not let Western Texas on a breakaway. This pressure is helping them out a lot. And
almost there.
I know what he was trying to do, though, but again, that's kind of that angle's nigh impossible to get a really good header on.
Headed out of touch and over to Western Texas.
Well, looks like we got yet another Western Texas substitution.
Throw in here, goes in, and Red Ravens will be trying to get the ball and transition downfield. Kick into the air, headed around. Brought down, and here's a look like what might be a promising run. Oh, good job there.
Clean tackle there.
Here we go, Hovius.
Looks like he found Manuel, who's going to try. He's got so many people to aim for, too. Coffeyville's got almost their entire squad up now.
Jack takes a slip, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. You hate to see that. That goalie wanted to play that to literally the last second.
Man, the wind could have maybe made that a weird situation.
That would have been, honestly, the comedy option if that had happened, but no.
Tragedy instead.
Tragedy instead.
Western Texas.
Oh, he's got some help, but his help's offside by about 6 feet. All right. He's back on now.
Back on and played it in, and
too late.
Matisse puts this one up into the air.
And looks like it's only going to go back as far as Baraka, who's shoved out the ball. Referees say it's a bit too much. I do like how even that one time, you probably could have put your hand. I was like, no, I must follow the code.
Yeah. Yeah, that's interesting. Respect it for sure. Free kick.
Okay, floats it up into Western Texas half. Gets sent right back and then back again.
Dave sends this one forward. Good options.
Too.
Lays to him. Oh, and he's going to lay to him as well. Oh, it's on the post. Oh.
Wow, there was a lot. There was a possible handball there, kind of like an off balance, like aiming for the far post, off the far post, attempt at a deflection just to like hit it outside of the foot, just anything to push it over the line, and it does not quite make it. Referee signals to the goalie, hey, you need to move on. Let's go drop it.
So close.
Yeah.
Oh,
wow.
My goodness.
That would have been a game changer, a literal game changer right
Literally
there.
Literally game changing, score changing. Life-changing, quite possibly.
Life-changing.
No. But, hey, that was close. Give credit for Jack for hustling. But, here's a dangerous situation. He's going to, and that's,
tried to be cheeky with it. I can respect a little bit of cheekiness.
Hell, he wanted a little bit more curve on that, right? But just outside of goal.
Okay, this time just opts to play it around. Striker.
A lot of room. Might as well go ahead and take it.
Yeah, I was about to say they're giving him way too much space, and he will use it.
And he'll keep running. Ball in the middle. Finds Harvey.
Excellent placement right there. And looks like he's going to have another shot at it. Switches it over to Daisuke on the right.
Nice play.
Further down the pitch to Mark McDade, who sends it into the center. Tapped away. And we got a possible one-on-one.
Yeah, okay, very good.
Again, that is one of the negatives to having the wind at your back.
Yes, it is.
You either get a foot on that ball, or it is going to travel all the way.
Looked like the number 9 for Western Texas was going to get onto that one, but run on the right-hand side.
Kind of chipped that one forward there, just trying to keep it in. Oh, it looks like he is going to do enough to keep it in.
Hovius.
Yeah, maybe just clipped his foot a little bit there. I don't know. I kind of like that type of play. You know, when they're trying to just shield the ball and let it go out. Just like, no.
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
Like, this is not going out easy. And we have 2 balls on the pitch again.
Yeah, not accepting what the defender wants you to take right there. I guess he maybe caught the heel or the Achilles, which is always dangerous.
I think he was probably right. It's just that I really respect that kind of like, it's like, no, I'm going to fight for this every single step of the way, and you hate to see, just losing it at the end.
True.
It's a good header in the air. Coffeyville still has been good there, which I think it's kind of interesting to note. All of the goals that have been scored by the opposing team have...
Oh, wow, wow, and there it is, folks.
Wow. Well, I was about to say have... come from a certain type of place, but no, that's not true of that one. So that kind of shut me right up, huh?
Well, game of soccer, game of football. You say something, and a couple seconds later, you be made to look a fool. But
time makes fools of us all.
Red Ravens giving up that goal right there. Just a quick counter and some precise passing and a little bit of lack of luck, as well, because Matisse did get a hand to it. Like, he got a body to it. He made contact with the ball, but whereas some deflections.
A lot of that bad luck came in the other end of the half that could have made it a 2-3. Would have changed the whole deal.
Oh, I know. You're right.
But now Coffeyville finds himself in another 3-goal deficit as they have to wonder, with the remaining 4 minutes, what can we do to salvage this?
Let's keep on getting downfield.
Yep. That is it. And wow, that I don't know if he's gonna be able to catch that. Thing is cruising. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, that's.
But will be a throw in for Coffeyville.
Under 4 minutes left to play. Throw in Baraka.
The referee saying, "Hey, stop moving forward," and he says, "I will actually move forward a little bit more."
Jack tries to lay that off, but unable to do so. Here we see another counter.
Good back heel there, but he was offside. It was just a little too late.
So Wednesday, August 31st, the men's team will be back in action. We will not have that live stream. It'll actually be at Johnson County at 7 p.m. So
you got me all excited. I was like, I thought the next home game was Labor Day.
Well, yeah, so then after that, the next bit of action will be at home, Monday, September 5th against St. Charles Community College. That'll be at 2 p.m. for the men. And what'd you say, 12 for the women?
Yeah, and that one is Labor Day, of course, so, hey, hopefully you have the day off and you'll have a chance to either come by or at least enjoy a couple games. I know I will be here for that. Wouldn't miss it for the world.
Yeah, and, it'll be worth your time as well to maybe go to the Johnson County website or go to redravenathletics.com to try to find that live stream for the Johnson County game. Even though we won't be doing it, they might be providing one for you guys. So check into that as well.
I mean, I would hope so.
Yeah.
There are some colleges where sometimes it's dead silent, sometimes they got commentary, sometimes it's just crowd noise, and you never know.
No, you don't. But if it's your son or, your friend or whatever it might be, I guess just being able to see it is the main thing. Yeah, we spoil you guys with our A1 gold standard commentary here, but you just don't get that everywhere. As free kick won by the Red Ravens.
Absolutely, and in a pretty good position, actually, because, I mean, all of Coffeyville's goals this game have come in the air. Why not one more?
Yeah, why not one more? It's going to lay up just a little bit, right, but you could use that to your advantage.
Okay, it looks like it just got held back a little bit as Baraka tries to sneak in from the outside. It's like, hey, do you know I'm here?
Oh, goalkeeper up quite a bit.
Good, because that let him just do a nice soft touch back to him and plays that out the right way. It's going to Mark on the outside, who's able to keep it in. Whew.
Puts one into the box.
Flying up at that, but it was going a little too far for him, so just pops it right back up into the center. Another chance, another bite at the cherry. Oh,
almost brought it in.
Came off of his shin there.
Yeah.
And with the final minute of the game, yes, once again, as the seconds count down, thank all of you who either came out, which, yeah, actually, I guess we should do some more Sunday games. There's a pretty decent crowd out there.
Yeah, we do have a really cool crowd out here. I've seen some volleyball people. I've seen some football people. The women's team is out here, basketball people as well. So, unfortunately, and I'm sure they're pretty broken up about it as well, unfortunately did not get the result today. But a really good day to be outside, a really good day just to come to the stadium, watch some good football.
And there's still plenty of games left.
Oh, yeah. There's a long season left, folks, no doubt about it. The Coffeyville men ranked nationally. And like I said, Wednesday.
I think they were ranked, 8th? Is that what it was?
Yes, and I don't want to lock in a certain ranking at the moment, but I'm thinking like preseason or at the beginning of the season they were 8th. I mean, that could have changed, but and who knows if it'll change much with this loss here. But, rankings, they're cute, they're fun, they're nice, but they really don't mean anything until you get to the postseason.
Yeah.
I mean, that's really all that matters there. So, tough day at the stadium, but it was a joy to be here with you, Ryan Butcher. It was a joy to be with Andrew Elrod and everyone in the booth over there. And for you guys who joined us as well, please enjoy the rest of your weekend. Be safe, be smart. For any students who might be listening, hey, go do your homework.
and we will talk to all of you again on Monday for Labor Day.
Yeah, sounds good, guys. We'll see you then.